Hi, my name is Tiffany. Me, Madeline, and Mason will talk about importance in maintaining water distribution systems, specifically corrosion control. Corrosion is defined as the degradation and the destruction of a metal by its chemical reaction with the environment. Around $30 billion a year in corrosion damage occurs in water and wastewater treatment plants. Wastewater treatment plants are mainly made by concrete and metal, and they're both subject to corrosion. Corrosion can occur internally or externally. When it occurs internally, it's bad because it gets in contact with the treated water, and externally, it can get in contact with sand and soil. The lifetime of a wastewater treatment plant is around 25 to 50 years. However, corrosion control needs to be implemented if the goal is to live that long. There are many different types of corrosion. Hydrogenation, common chemicals such as chlorine, acids, alkalis, ferric chlorides are corrosive. H2 gas can directly attack metallic components. Anaerobic bacteria can attack the coating and allow exposure to corrosion. Fatigue corrosion occurs when there's cracking or breaking, reducing the metal's ability to withstand against corrosion. Filiform corrosion is when metal surfaces with organic coating is induced by moisture. Galvanic corrosion is when electrical current is created. Why is it important to control corrosion? It's less costly to implement corrosion control than fix the damage when it's too late. It prevents deterioration of pipes and tanks and allows for a longer lifetime of the plant. It reduces the release of toxic chemicals such as lead, copper, zinc, and cadmium, which are toxic for human health, and also brings odor and color to the water. NACE, National Association of Corrosion Engineers, are globally known as the authorities for corrosion control. Every year, plants have to be approved by NACE with their corrosion control systems. Calcium-based compounds, soda, and sodium polyphosphates can be added to the water to reduce corrosiveness. In order to reduce lead, a case study shows that a low alkalinity is ideal, pH of 8.4 or above. In treating zinc, the best option was soda ash at a pH of 8.5. For chlorine, the best option was also soda ash at a higher pH. Overall, in the treatment, a higher pH is needed, and soda ash was proven to be effective.
There are multiple negative effects to corrosive water on piping, but there's also multiple ways to control corrosion. One of them is water quality, and the other is materials. In terms of water quality, degraded water quality causes corrosion in water distribution systems, and increased amounts of dissolved gases in water negatively impacts corrosion in piping mostly. Requiring water to be treated before distribution into piping will help control this corrosion. Furthermore, you can look into the materials of the piping. The materials piping is made out of has a large impact on how much corrosion will occur. Galvanized steel has been used because of the protective zinc coating, and more recently, copper is used as it is durable. However, water with low hardness and high dissolved gases has been known to cause corrosion in copper piping, and stainless steel is another option that causes minimal corrosion. Some of the negative effects of corrosion include on your health. Byproducts of corrosion have a negative impact on human health. The EPA limits the levels of lead and copper in drinking water because of this. There's negative impacts on tastes. Many times it leaves a bitter taste, and this impacts public drinking water taste and also food and beverage production. And there's also negative impacts on color, where corrosion can cause water to become unappealing colors. For example, iron piping can cause water to turn red, and copper piping has a blue-green color to it. Further effects of corrosion on odor and infrastructure. Examples include reactions with cement lining may cause unpleasant odors, and also chlorine smells from the water. And on infrastructure, there could be property damage due to corroding piping, and leaks can cause water damage, mold, and other damages, like shown in the pictures on the slide.
There are many cases that highlight the importance of considering how corrosion in water delivery pipes can have a greater impact than what would be apparent on the surface level. We need to look no further than our own state when it comes to an infamous example of failed corrosion prevention. Flint, Michigan became a national headline when it was reported that the residents lacked access to clean water. This was a result of a 2014 decision to switch the water sources from the Detroit River, managed by the Detroit Water and Sewage Department, to the Flint River, treated at the city's own water treatment plant. Much of Flint's existing infrastructure still contained lead pipes and connections. Health concerns relating to this soon followed the switch, as miscolored water and bad-smelling water clued officials to find lead levels in alarmingly high values. The question still remains, how does corrosion relate to this example? Well, when the water sources changed from the Detroit River to the Flint River, the water chemistry of the incoming water was different and changed the interactions within the lead pipes. In systems that still use lead pipes, water must be properly treated in order to create a mineral coating in the pipes to protect the harmful metal from being oxidized. In Flint's case, this was not properly accounted for and the correct treatment steps were not followed. This allowed for more corrosive Flint water to strip the mineral coating and subsequently oxidize the freshly exposed metal underneath. This led to lead flushing the water delivery system, causing a public health crisis. If the proper treatment of orthophosphate was used, the corrosion could have been stopped. In conclusion, corrosion is a threat to all water systems and cannot be overlooked. The smallest mishap can lead to adverse health effects and billions of dollars lost in damages. Designing and planning water systems to withstand corrosion saves time and money in the future. Corrosion can happen on both the interior and exterior pipes and be caused by many factors. Environmental, chemical, and even biological factors all have the potential to cause a pipe to become compromised. If a pipe is compromised, the delivered water is of subpar quality and may pose health threats due to chemical imbalances or biological introduction. The water is often foul-smelling and tasting, accompanied by an off-putting color. Besides from health concerns, infrastructure can become damaged as a result of leaks from corroded pipes. Water damage or mold growth are common in these cases. There are many examples such as Flint that highlight why proper implementation and communication are vital in keeping the systems that we rely on to deliver safe water corrosion-free to ensure healthy and functional communities.